Welcome back to Native Explorer. Today's episode is not just a summary, and it's not just another motivational talk. This is a direct conversation between you and your future. Because today, we're diving into the one thing that decides whether your dreams stay dreams or finally become reality. That one thing is self-discipline. And the book that explains it in the clearest, most powerful way is No Excuses. The Power of Self-Discipline by Brian Tracy. Now, this book is not about theory. It's not about wishful thinking. It's about action. It's about building a mindset so strong that no fear, no distraction, and no laziness can stop you anymore. In this video, you're going to learn how self-discipline is the foundation for everything: success and achievement, courage and confidence, financial freedom, career and business, health and fitness, your mindset and emotions, even your personal life and relationships. But most importantly, you'll see how it all comes down to your daily choices. This is not about getting motivated for a few hours. This is about becoming a completely different person, one disciplined decision at a time. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe, because on this channel, we don't just learn English. We build discipline, confidence, and the mindset of transformation, all in simple, clear English that anyone can understand. Brian Tracy says, "The biggest mistake you can ever make is to think success is luck. It's not. Success is not given to the lucky. It is earned by the disciplined." The truth is, people who succeed are not always smarter or more talented. They just have one habit. They do what needs to be done even when they don't feel like it. So if you're tired of excuses, if you're tired of saying tomorrow, if you're tired of quitting every time it gets hard, this is your moment. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to become. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Success is predictable. Success is not an accident. It is the result of doing certain things in a certain way every single day. What does this mean? Most people think success comes from luck or talent, but that's not true. Success comes from habits, from consistency, from self-discipline. Imagine two students. One studies 20 minutes every day with focus. The other studies 5 hours once a month under pressure. Who will win? The disciplined one. Success is like growing a tree. You water it daily, not just once with a bucket. Brian Tracy says, if you do what successful people do over and over again, you will become successful. Not maybe, not hopefully, but definitely. Discipline is not a feeling, it's a decision. Chapter 2. Self-discipline and responsibility. You are completely responsible for everything you are today and everything you become. This chapter hits hard because it tells the truth most people don't want to hear. We like to blame our parents, our past, our environment, our boss, our partner. But the truth is, you are not responsible for what happens to you, but you are 100% responsible for what you do next. Brian Tracy says, stop saying, "I'm too tired. It's not fair. I don't have time." Start saying, "It's on me. I'll fix it. Let's go." Imagine a man was fired from his job after 12 years. Instead of crying or blaming, he used that pain as fuel. He started a small online business, and within 2 years, he was earning more than his old job. What changed? Not his luck, his mindset, his responsibility. Chapter 3. Self-discipline and goals. Clear goals increase your chances of success by 1,000%. This chapter teaches the real secret of self-discipline. You need a clear reason. You can't be disciplined if you don't know where you're going. Your brain is like a GPS. No destination equals no movement. So, what does Brian Tracy say? Write down your goals. Be specific. Make a plan. Work on it every single day. Don't say, "I want to be rich." Say, "I want to save $5,000 by December 31st. I will do freelance work every weekend. I will stop wasting money on useless things." Now your brain has a mission, and discipline becomes easier when you know your why. Discipline becomes your friend. Chapter 4. Self-discipline and personal excellence. What is personal excellence? It means becoming the best version of yourself in your skills, your work, your attitude, and the way you live. Not just better than others, but better than who you were yesterday. Powerful truth. Most people are not lazy. They just have no standard for themselves. They accept average. They do just enough. They say, "This is good enough. At least I tried. I'm not that bad." But excellence doesn't come from minimum effort. It comes from choosing to go beyond even when nobody is watching. Think about a waiter in a restaurant. Two people have the same job. The first one brings food with no smile. doesn't care, and only does what's required. The second one smiles, remembers your name, makes you feel special, and checks if you're happy. Who gets more tips? Who gets promoted? Who gets recommended? The one who chose excellence. Lesson: your success in life depends on your reputation. Your reputation comes from your performance. Your performance comes from your discipline. So if you want to stand out, rise above, and win in life, don't just do what's easy. Do what's excellent, even if it's hard. Even if no one is clapping for you. Discipline equals excellence. Waking up early equals excellence. Finishing what you start equals excellence. Practicing even when tired equals excellence. Saying no to laziness equals excellence. Learning when others are relaxing equals excellence. Discipline helps you do your best, not just once, but every single day. Because one great day won't change your life, but a lifetime of great habits will. Chapter 5. Self-discipline and courage. This is one of the most emotional and powerful chapters in the book because it asks you one question. What would you do if you were not afraid? What is courage? Courage doesn't mean you're not afraid. It means you act even while you're afraid. Fear will always be there. You'll always feel nervous before doing something big. Speaking, starting, trying. But the difference between a successful person and a failure is simple. A successful person feels the fear and does it anyway. The fear that controls you. Fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of being judged, fear of change, fear of loss, fear of not being good enough. These fears become chains. You stay in your comfort zone. You say, maybe next time. You let your dream die because you were scared to look stupid. There was a woman who wanted to start her own bakery, but she was scared. What if no one buys? What if I fail? What will my relatives say? So she waited for 7 years. Every day she baked alone in her kitchen, scared, silent, waiting. One day, her daughter said, "Mom, why don't you just try?" That night, she stayed up crying. The next week, she sold 10 cakes from her house. 3 years later, she owns 2 bakery shops in the city. She still has fear, but now discipline is stronger than fear. Courage is like a muscle. You build it by doing difficult things. Speak when it's uncomfortable. Try even when you might fail. Ask questions even if you feel stupid. Say no when everyone expects yes. Stand for your dream when no one supports you. Discipline makes you move even when your legs are shaking. And that's what builds real power. Chapter 6. Self-discipline and persistence. Now comes the most important skill of all. Not quitting. Most people start with motivation. They're excited, pumped up, full of energy. But when the pain comes, they disappear. The gym becomes empty after 2 weeks. The book is left half read. The business is stopped after first failure. The YouTube channel is abandoned after 3 videos. Why? Because they don't have persistence. Truth from the book. The longer you stay with your goal, the higher your chances of success. Think of success like digging for gold. Some people dig for 1 hour and give up. Others dig for 1 day and get bored. But the person who keeps digging, even when tired, even when progress is slow, is the one who finds treasure. A young man started learning guitar. Month 1, his fingers hurt. Month 2, he sounded terrible. Month 3, his friends laughed at him. Month 4, he wanted to quit. Month 5, he almost sold his guitar. Month 6, something clicked. Month 12, he played his first song perfectly. Year 2, he was performing at local events. Year 3, he was teaching others. The secret? He didn't quit when it got hard. Persistence is not about being stubborn. It's about being smart. When you hit a wall, you don't give up. You find another way. You adjust your method. But you never abandon your mission. How to build persistence. Remember your why. Write down why you started. Read it when you want to quit. Celebrate small wins. Every small step forward is progress. Find support. Join people who share your goal. Track your progress. See how far you've come, not just how far you have to go. Learn from failure. Every mistake teaches you something valuable. Rest, but don't quit. Take breaks, but always come back. The hardest part is not starting. The hardest part is continuing when you can't see results yet. But that's exactly when winners are separated from quitters. Success belongs to those who stay. Chapter 7. Self-discipline and time management. Time is the only thing you can never get back. Once it's gone forever. This chapter teaches you how to use discipline to master your time and, therefore, master your life. The truth about time. Everyone has the same 24 hours, rich or poor, young or old, successful or struggling. The difference is not in how much time you have, but in how you use it. Disciplined people don't waste time. They invest it. Think about your day. How much time do you spend on your phone? Watching videos that don't help you grow? Complaining about things you can't control? Worrying about the future or crying about the past? Talking to people who drain your energy? Doing things that feel urgent but aren't important? Now imagine if you used that time differently. What if you spent 1 hour learning a new skill? 30 minutes exercising? 15 minutes planning your day? 20 minutes reading? 10 minutes meditating? Your life would change completely in just 1 year. A busy mother of 2 always said, "I don't have time to exercise." She complained about being tired and overweight. One day, she decided to track her time. She discovered she spent 2 hours daily scrolling social media. She felt ashamed but motivated. She replaced 30 minutes of scrolling with morning workouts. 6 months later, she had lost 15 kilograms and felt more energetic than ever. Same 24 hours, different choices. How to master time with discipline. Plan your day the night before. Know what you'll do before you wake up. Start with the hardest task. Do your most important work when your energy is highest. Say no to time wasters. Protect your time like you protect your money. Use waiting time wisely. Read or listen to something valuable while commuting. Set time limits. Don't let simple tasks expand to fill your whole day. Batch similar activities. Do all your calls together. All your emails together. Take breaks, but schedule them. Rest is important, but make it intentional. Remember, you can't manage time, but you can manage yourself. Discipline is what helps you choose the important over the urgent, the valuable over the easy, the future over the moment. Chapter 8. Self-discipline and money. Money doesn't solve all problems, but it solves money problems. And money problems create stress, limit choices, and steal peace. This chapter shows how discipline can transform your financial life. The truth about money. It's not how much you earn that matters. It's how much you keep and how wisely you use it. There are people earning $100,000 who are broke, and people earning $30,000 who are building wealth. The difference? Financial discipline. Most people have no control over their money. They spend without thinking. They buy things they don't need to impress people they don't like. They live paycheck to paycheck, hoping for a raise or a lottery ticket to save them. But hope is not a strategy. Discipline is. Financial discipline means spending less than you earn, always. Saving before you spend, not after. Investing in your future, not just your pleasure. Buying needs first, 1 second. Learning about money, not avoiding the topic. Having a plan, not just wishes. A young woman worked at a coffee shop earning minimum wage. She was tired of being broke. She could have complained or waited for a better job. Instead, she applied financial discipline. She moved to a smaller apartment. She cooked instead of eating out. She canceled subscriptions she didn't need. She saved $50 every month. It seemed like nothing, but she didn't stop. She also spent 30 minutes daily learning about investing. After 2 years, she had $1,200 saved and enough knowledge to start investing. 5 years later, her investments had grown to $8,000. Today, she owns a small online business and has built real wealth. Same job, same salary, but disciplined choices. How to build financial discipline. Track every expense for 1 month. You can't control what you don't measure. Create a budget and stick to it. Plan your spending before you spend. Pay yourself first. Save money before paying bills. Cut one unnecessary expense each month. Cancel, reduce, or eliminate something you don't truly need. Learn about money. Read books. Take courses. Understand how money works. Start investing early. Even small amounts compound over time. Build an emergency fund. Have money set aside for unexpected situations. The goal is not to be cheap. The goal is to be smart, to have choices, to sleep peacefully knowing you're financially secure, to be generous because you have enough, to pursue your dreams without money being the barrier. Discipline today creates freedom tomorrow. Chapter 9. Self-discipline and health. Your body is the vehicle that carries you through life. If you don't take care of it, where will you live? This chapter teaches how discipline can transform your physical health and energy levels. The truth about health. You can't buy health when you're sick. You can't get energy when you're tired. You can't think clearly when your body is struggling. Health is not just about looking good. It's about feeling strong, having energy, and being able to do what you want to do. Most people treat their cars better than their bodies. They put good fuel in their car, but eat junk. They service their car regularly, but never exercise. They protect their car from damage, but abuse their body with stress and bad habits. This makes no sense. Healthy discipline means eating foods that nourish you, not just taste good. Moving your body daily, even if it's just walking. Getting enough sleep, treating it as important as work. Drinking water, not just coffee and soda. Managing stress through breathing, meditation, or hobbies. Saying no to habits that harm you. A man at age 45 was overweight, tired, and taking medication for high blood pressure. His doctor warned him about serious health risks. He could have made excuses or waited for motivation. Instead, he chose discipline. He started walking 20 minutes every morning. He replaced soda with water. He ate vegetables with every meal. He went to bed 30 minutes earlier. It was hard at first. He wanted to quit many times, but he didn't. After 6 months, he had lost 20 kilograms. His blood pressure was normal. He felt 20 years younger. The same person, same genetics, but discipline choices. How to build health discipline. Start small. Don't try to change everything at once. Change one habit at a time. Move your body daily. Exercise doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be consistent. Eat real food. Choose foods that come from nature, not from factories. Hydrate properly. Water is the foundation of all body functions. Sleep 7 to 8 hours. Your body repairs itself while you sleep. Don't shortchange this. Manage stress. Find healthy ways to deal with pressure and emotions. Avoid harmful substances. Say no to things that damage your body. Remember, you only get one body. Treat it with respect. Feed it well. Move it regularly. Rest it properly. It will serve you faithfully for decades. Health is not about perfection. It's about consistency. Small healthy choices made daily create big results over time. Chapter 10. Self-discipline and learning. In today's fast-changing world, the person who stops learning becomes obsolete. This chapter shows how discipline and learning keeps you relevant, valuable, and growing. The truth about learning. Your formal education gets you started, but your self-education determines how far you go. The most successful people are the most curious people. They never stop asking questions, reading books, taking courses, or seeking mentors. Most people stop learning after school. They think education is finished. But the world keeps changing. Technology advances. Industries evolve. New opportunities emerge. If you don't keep learning, you get left behind. Learning discipline means reading daily, even if it's just 10 minutes. Choosing educational content over mindless entertainment. Asking questions instead of pretending to know everything. Learning from mistakes instead of just feeling bad about them. Seeking feedback instead of avoiding criticism. Investing in courses, books, and skills development. A taxi driver noticed that ride-sharing apps were changing his industry. He could have complained or ignored the change. Instead, he chose to learn. He spent 1 hour every evening learning about digital marketing. He watched YouTube videos, read articles, took online courses. After 6 months, he understood social media, websites, and online advertising. He used these skills to start a small consulting business helping local shops with their digital presence. 2 years later, he was earning more from consulting than from driving. Same person, new skills, bigger opportunities. How to build learning discipline. Read for 30 minutes daily. Books, articles, anything that expands your knowledge. Listen to educational podcasts or audiobooks during commutes. Turn dead time into learning time. Take one online course every quarter. Invest in your skills regularly. Follow experts in your field. Learn from people who are where you want to be. Practice what you learn. Knowledge without application is useless. Teach others what you learn. Teaching reinforces your own understanding. Set learning goals. Don't learn randomly. Have a purpose and plan. The goal is not to know everything. The goal is to keep growing, to stay curious, to remain valuable, to adapt when the world changes. Learning is the best investment you can make. It pays dividends for life. Chapter 11. Self-discipline and focus. In a world full of distractions, the ability to focus is a superpower. This chapter teaches how discipline can help you concentrate on what matters most. The truth about focus. Your attention is your most valuable asset. Where you focus determines what you achieve. But today, everything is fighting for your attention. Your phone, social media, news, entertainment. other people's problems. Without discipline, your focus gets scattered, and scattered focus produces scattered results. Most people try to do everything and end up accomplishing nothing meaningful. They multitask, which really means doing several things poorly instead of one thing excellently. They react to every notification, every interruption, every urgent request. Their day is controlled by other people's priorities, not their own. Focused discipline means choosing one priority at a time, working on your most important task when your energy is highest, eliminating distractions during work time, saying no to good opportunities so you can say yes to great ones, protecting your peak hours for your most valuable work. A writer struggled to finish her novel. She would sit down to write, but then check email, answer the phone, respond to messages, browse the internet. After 4 hours, she had written only 200 words. She felt frustrated and unproductive. Then she learned about focus discipline. She decided to write for 90 minutes every morning with no distractions. Phone off, internet disconnected, door closed. She wrote 800 words in 90 minutes. By focusing intensely for less time, she accomplished 4 times more. 3 months later, her novel was complete. How to build focus discipline. Start your day with your most important task. Don't check email or social media first. Remove distractions from your workspace. Clear desk, organized environment, minimal interruptions. Use time blocks. Work on one thing for a set period. Then take a break. Practice single tasking. Do one thing at a time with full attention. Turn off notifications during focus time. Control your technology. Don't let it control you. Take regular breaks. Your brain needs rest to maintain concentration. Review your day. Ask, did I focus on what mattered most? Remember, you can do anything, but you can't do everything. Choose your focus carefully. Protect it fiercely. Use it wisely. Deep work produces breakthrough results. Shallow work keeps you busy, but doesn't move you forward. Chapter 12. Self-discipline and relationships. The quality of your relationships determines the quality of your life. This chapter shows how discipline can help you build stronger, healthier, more meaningful connections with others. The truth about relationships. They require work. They don't just happen. They need attention, effort, communication, patience, and commitment. Most relationship problems come from lack of discipline. Saying things you don't mean, not listening when others speak, putting yourself first always, avoiding difficult conversations, breaking promises you make. Relationship discipline means listening more than you speak, being present when you're with someone, keeping your word and promises, communicating clearly and kindly, controlling your emotions during conflicts, showing appreciation regularly, forgiving instead of holding grudges. A couple was struggling in their marriage. They argued constantly, blamed each other, and considered divorce. Instead of giving up, they chose to apply discipline to their relationship. They agreed to listen without interrupting. They committed to saying thank you to each other daily. They scheduled 30 minutes every week to talk about their relationship without distractions. They stopped bringing up past mistakes during arguments. It was hard work. They had to fight their impulses to react emotionally. But slowly, their relationship improved. They started enjoying each other's company again. Their children felt happier. Their home became peaceful. Same two people, disciplined approach, transformed relationship. How to build relationship discipline. Listen actively. Give people your full attention when they speak. Speak kindly. Choose words that build up, not tear down. Keep your promises. Your word is your bond. Don't commit to what you can't deliver. Control your reactions. Pause before responding when you're angry or hurt. Show appreciation. Notice good things and express gratitude regularly. Forgive quickly. Holding grudges hurts you more than the other person. Invest time. Relationships need regular attention to grow. Communicate clearly. Don't expect people to read your mind. The goal is not perfect relationships. The goal is growing relationships. People who work together to become better versions of themselves. Good relationships require discipline from both people. But it starts with you. Chapter 13. Self-discipline and emotional control. Your emotions are powerful, but they don't have to control you. This chapter teaches how discipline can help you master your emotional responses and create inner peace. The truth about emotions. They're temporary visitors, not permanent residents. You will feel angry, sad, frustrated, disappointed, jealous, fearful. That's normal. That's human. But you don't have to let these emotions make your decisions. You can feel the emotion without being controlled by it. Most people are emotional slaves. They feel angry, so they shout. They feel sad, so they isolate. They feel jealous, so they act bitter. They feel fear, so they quit. They let emotions drive their behavior instead of using wisdom to guide their actions. Emotional discipline means feeling your emotions without being overwhelmed by them, pausing before reacting when emotions are high, choosing your response based on wisdom, not just feelings, processing emotions in healthy ways, not making important decisions when emotional. A man received unfair criticism from his boss in front of his colleagues. He felt humiliated and angry. His first impulse was to quit immediately or argue back. Instead, he practiced emotional discipline. He took 3 deep breaths. He said, "I understand. Let me think about this and get back to you." He went for a walk during lunch to process his emotions. Later, he had a private, calm conversation with his boss about the situation. Not only did he keep his job, but his boss respected his mature response and apologized for the public criticism. How to build emotional discipline. Pause before reacting. Count to 10. Take deep breaths. Create space between emotion and action. Name your emotions. I'm feeling frustrated because. Awareness reduces their power. Express emotions appropriately. Talk to trusted friends. Write in a journal. Exercise. Don't stuff emotions. But don't let them explode either. Use the 24-hour rule. Don't make important decisions when emotional. Sleep on it. Learn your triggers. Know what situations make you emotional and prepare for them. Practice gratitude. Focus on good things when negative emotions try to take over. Seek help when needed. Sometimes emotions are too big to handle alone. Remember, you are not your emotions. You are the observer of your emotions. You can feel without being controlled. You can respond instead of react. Emotional maturity is not about having no emotions. It's about having the right response to your emotions. Chapter 14. Self-discipline and habits. Your life is essentially the sum of your habits. Good habits create a good life. Bad habits create struggles. This chapter shows how discipline can help you build habits that serve your goals. The truth about habits. They're automatic behaviors that run in the background of your life. You don't think about them. You just do them. That's why they're so powerful. Once established, habits require no willpower. They just happen. Most people underestimate the power of small habits. They want big changes immediately. But real transformation comes from small, consistent actions repeated over time. Reading 10 pages daily seems insignificant, but it's 3,650 pages per year, about 12 books. Saving $5 daily seems small, but it's $1,825 per year. Walking 15 minutes daily seems minor, but it's 91 hours of exercise per year. Habit discipline means starting very small to build momentum, being consistent even when you don't feel like it, tracking your progress to stay accountable, linking new habits to existing ones, focusing on the process, not just the outcome. A woman wanted to get fit, but always failed. She would start strong, go to the gym for 2 hours, feel exhausted, and quit after a week. Then she learned about habit building. She committed to just 10 push-ups every morning after brushing her teeth. It seemed too easy to matter, but she did it consistently. After a month, she added 5 minutes of stretching. After 2 months, she added a 15-minute walk. 6 months later, she was exercising for 45 minutes daily and felt stronger than ever. She didn't change overnight. She changed slowly but permanently. How to build good habits. Start ridiculously small. Make it so easy you can't say no. Be consistent. Do it every day, even if it's just 2 minutes. Stack habits. Link new habits to existing ones. After I brush my teeth, I will do 10 squats. Track your habits. Put a checkmark on a calendar for each day you complete the habit. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge your progress and feel good about consistency. Focus on identity, not just behavior. Don't just exercise. Become someone who takes care of their body. How to break bad habits. Identify triggers. What situation, emotion, or time leads to the bad habit? Remove temptation. Make the bad habit harder to do. Replace the habit. Don't just stop. Start something better instead. Be patient. Breaking habits takes time and repetition. Remember, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Build better systems through disciplined habits. Chapter 15. Self-discipline and peace of mind. True peace comes from living in alignment with your values and having control over your choices. This chapter shows how discipline creates inner calm and mental clarity. The truth about peace. It's not about having no problems. It's about having the strength to handle whatever comes. Peace comes from knowing you're doing your best, living with integrity, and being prepared for challenges. Most people live in mental chaos. They worry about things they can't control. They feel guilty about past mistakes. They feel anxious about future possibilities. They're pulled in different directions by other people's expectations. They have no clear priorities or boundaries. This creates stress, confusion, and exhaustion. Peace discipline means focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you can't. Living according to your values, not just your emotions. Having clear boundaries about what you will and won't accept. Preparing for challenges instead of hoping they won't come. Taking care of your mental and spiritual health. A businessman was constantly stressed. He worried about the economy, his competitors, his employees, his family's opinion, future market changes. He couldn't sleep well. He was irritable with his family. He felt overwhelmed by responsibilities. Then he learned about peace discipline. He wrote down what he could control and what he couldn't. He could control his effort, his decisions, his response to problems, his daily habits, his attitude. He couldn't control the economy, other people's choices, unexpected events, or the past. He focused his energy only on what he could control. Within a month, his stress decreased significantly. He slept better. His relationships improved. His business decisions became clearer. How to build peace discipline. Practice acceptance. Accept what is while working toward what could be. Control your input. Choose carefully what you read, watch, and listen to. Meditate or pray. Spend quiet time in reflection and gratitude. Set boundaries. Say no to things that don't align with your priorities. Prepare for challenges. Have emergency funds, backup plans, and coping strategies. Forgive quickly. Don't carry grudges or resentments. Live in the present. Don't let past regrets or future worries steal today's peace. Simplify your life. Remove unnecessary complexity and commitments. Remember, peace is not a destination. It's a practice. It's not about having a perfect life. It's about having a disciplined response to an imperfect life. When you have peace, you can think clearly, make better decisions, and enjoy the journey. Chapter 16. Self-discipline and character. Let's begin with one of the deepest truths in life. Character is not who you are when people are watching. It's who you are when no one is watching. In a world where everyone is trying to look good. This chapter teaches us how to be good by building a strong inner character through self-discipline. Character is keeping your promise even when it's difficult. Being honest even when lying would protect you. Doing the right thing even when nobody will clap for you. Owning your mistakes instead of blaming others. Living with values, not just emotions. Being consistent, humble, and truthful, even in silence. A man found a wallet on the road. It had no ID, no phone number, but it had cash $400. He needed the money badly. His rent was due. He was behind on bills. No one saw him pick it up. He could have taken it and walked away, but he didn't. He went to the police station, left the wallet there. He walked back home with empty pockets, but a full heart. That night he slept peacefully because his character was still clean. A week later, the wallet owner found him and offered him a job in his company. Why? Because the owner said, "If you can be honest with a wallet, I know I can trust you with my business." That's character, and character is built through discipline. Without discipline, you say things you later regret. You make decisions just to please others. You break promises to yourself. You choose comfort over truth. You react instead of respond. But with discipline, you stay calm under pressure. You tell the truth even when it's scary. You live with consistency, not mood. You sleep peacefully knowing you're living with integrity. Saying no to gossip even if others are laughing. Admitting your mistake instead of blaming others. Not cheating on a test even if everyone else is doing it. Returning extra change at the grocery store. Speaking kindly when someone insults you. Saying sorry when you know you were wrong. Walking away from drama, not into it. Keeping your word even when it's hard. These small acts may look like nothing, but they build a powerful human being. Someone who trusts themselves and who others respect without asking for it. What happens when you have strong character? You attract better people. You lose the need to impress. You feel stronger inside. You sleep without guilt. You don't fear judgment. You become unshakable. And most of all, You respect yourself because you know I am not perfect, but I am honest. I am consistent. I am disciplined. That is power. Chapter 17. Self-discipline and willpower. Let's now go deeper into the engine behind all discipline. Something called willpower. Willpower is the ability to say no when you want to say yes. Stay calm when your mind is screaming. Do what you planned, not what you feel. Control yourself in the moment to protect your future. Willpower is the muscle of your mind. And like any muscle, it gets stronger the more you train it. Why most people fail without willpower? Because emotions are powerful. You feel angry, you shout. You feel bored, you scroll. You feel tired, you quit. You feel tempted, you give in. You feel lonely, you go back to the wrong person. You feel jealous, you speak poison. But feelings are temporary. Discipline is permanent. Willpower is what creates the space between emotion and reaction. It allows you to say, yes, I feel this, but I don't need to act on it. That's maturity. That's power. Imagine a young man wanted to quit sugar. He promised himself no desserts for 30 days. But on day 4, his friends invited him to a birthday party. The table was full of sweets: cake, ice cream, chocolate, donuts. His mind screamed, just one bite won't hurt. You've been good. You deserve it. He was sweating. Everyone was watching, but he said, no thanks. I'm staying disciplined. He went home hungry but proud. Day 30 came. He didn't just lose weight. He gained control over his own mind. That's willpower. How to strengthen your willpower. Daily delay gratification. Wait 5 minutes before reacting to anything emotional. Practice saying no even in small things. Build your self-denial muscle. Stick to micro-promises. If you say, I'll read 1 page, read it. If you say, I'll drink 1 glass of water, drink it. Start with small wins. Track your wins. Write down each time you control yourself. Rest properly. Willpower gets weaker when you're tired. Protect your energy. Control your environment. Don't fight temptation. Remove it. Meditate. Breathe. Reflect. Even 2 minutes of silence can give your brain the space to choose the better path. Why willpower is a superpower? Because it makes you the master of yourself. You're no longer ruled by food or by other people's moods or by your phone or by your fears or by your past. You become someone who can focus deeply, keep promises, make progress, win not just once but daily. That's what willpower gives you. Chapter 18. Self-discipline and goal setting. This chapter is the bridge between discipline and results. Because if you don't know where you're going, you'll end up anywhere or nowhere. Discipline without direction is wasted energy. This chapter teaches how to turn your energy into achievement by setting clear, powerful, and meaningful goals. Why most people fail at goals? They never write them down. They are too vague. I want to be successful. They don't have deadlines. They don't track progress. They give up when it gets boring. They confuse wishes with goals. A goal is not a fantasy. A goal is a decision backed by action measured by time. A woman always said, someday I want to write a book, but someday never came. Until one day she learned the real meaning of goal setting. She changed her dream into a clear goal. I will write 500 words every morning at 7 a.m. starting tomorrow. My first draft will be complete in 60 days. She wrote every day, even when tired, even when uninspired, even when she hated what she wrote. Day 60. Her first draft was complete. 6 months later, her book was published. She didn't get there by dreaming. She got there by discipline plus goals plus daily action. How to set goals with discipline. Be specific. Instead of, I want to lose weight, I want to lose 5 kilograms in 8 weeks. Set a deadline. A goal without a time limit is a wish. Write it down. Not in your head, on paper. Break into small steps. Big goals are scary. Small daily steps build momentum. Visualize it daily. See it, feel it, become it. Review weekly. Ask, what did I do this week? Am I on track? Adjust, but don't quit. Change the method, not the mission. Why discipline is the backbone of every goal. Because goals are exciting in the beginning, but only discipline can carry you through the boring middle. There will be days when you feel stuck, see no results, want to quit, compare yourself to others, doubt your abilities. But discipline says, I didn't come this far to stop now. You've now reached the end of one of the most powerful, emotional, and life-changing books ever written. You've learned how discipline changes your health, money, focus, relationships, and dreams. that motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays, that you don't need luck or talent to win. You just need the strength to do the right thing, even when it's hard. You're not weak. You're powerful beyond imagination. And every single day is a new chance to prove it. This book is not entertainment. This book is a mirror, a guide, a challenge, and a gift. Now it's your turn. No more excuses. No more waiting. No more blaming. Today is the day you start. Build discipline, and you will become unstoppable. God bless you. May you rise higher than you ever imagined. May you grow into a person of character, peace, and power. And may you walk this life with your head held high, not because it was easy, but because you had the discipline to keep going when others gave up. This is your time. This is your moment. And now it's your turn. You're ready.